This is Richard. He's been married 3 times, and he's ready to try again. We showed him videotapes of these 3 single women, and he picked one as his date. Which one did he choose? Which one will our audience choose? And this is David. He's divorced. He says being married takes too much hard work. Which one of these women did he choose? Which one will our audience choose? Today on Love Connection, you'll find out who they picked, who the audience picks, and everything that happened on their dates. Now, here to tell us more about Love Connection is our host, Chuck Willery.
Thank you very much, and welcome to Love Connection, where we've got a new way for singles to meet, and here's how it works. Now, we've compiled a videotape library of more than 1,000 attractive and available single people. We select some of those singles and show them 3 videotapes, then they choose one that they're most attracted to and go out on a date. Then they come here and they tell us what happened on their date. Now, to begin with, we're going to meet a man who selected a date from our video library. He's been divorced 3 times. He says he's creative, intelligent, and articulate. Please welcome Richard Favara. Hi, Richard.
Hi, Chuck.
How are you?
Fine, thank you.
Good. Have a seat on my couch here, and
All right.
we'll talk. Now, you're creative, intelligent, articulate. You've been divorced 3 times.
That doesn't fit, does it, somehow?
How come your marriages didn't work, you know?
Well, let's see. The first one was 5 years. The second one was 7 years. And the last one was 11 years. So maybe the creative articulation is helping.
Maybe so. You never know. Now, on your questionnaire, you said the 2 things that attract you to a woman are poise, and what was the other one?
Derriere. It's a fantasy.
Kind of an odd combination, isn't it?
Not necessarily. There are chest men and derriere men, are they not?
Let's take a look at the women that Richard had to choose from right up front, so to speak. Now, audience, watch very closely because we're going to ask you to pick that woman that you think is best for Richard, okay? Now, first there was Carol. She was raised in the Midwest. She likes a man with a sexy voice, and some of her dates aren't what they appear to be, she says.
He was sitting down, and I was sitting down, and we had talked and set up a date for the next night or something like that, and I left early. And when he showed up the next night, he was about a foot shorter than I was.
Okay. Next, there was Marilyn. Now, Marilyn says that she's a valley girl who loves the outdoors, and here's a date she wasn't too crazy about.
Well, you go out to dinner in a nice restaurant and on a first date, and all of a sudden his hand's on your fanny while you're trying to eat dinner, and you keep on pushing it away, and he keeps on putting it on there.
Either.
I've done some silly, crazy things, like I dropped a note in somebody's bag in the supermarket one time when he was checking out, and I never heard anything, and I don't know if it was a rejection or he was married or gay or whatever. I don't know.
It's time for your voting machines. Now, you've met Richard. You've seen his choices. Who do you think's the best lady for Richard? You're in the studio and at home, too. Please make your choice right now. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to meet the lady that Richard selected, and we're going to hear everything that happened on their date. Everything. Stay with us. In a little while, we're going to find out who the audience picked, but right now, let's find out who Richard selected. Who did you select, Richard?
I selected Barbara.
Because? Few people agree with you.
I see that. Great. In her profile, she also mentioned she liked a man with a good derriere.
Now, in Love Connections, we get both sides of the story, so to speak. We ask our couples not to speak to each other after the date. Barbara's backstage. Let's say hello to Barbara Anson. Hi, Barbara.
Hello, Chuck.
How are you, hon?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. How'd your date turn out, Barbara?
It was great.
Yeah?
We had lots of fun.
Good.
It was really an excellent date. Much better than I would have projected.
Terrific. Tell us why this was such a good date.
During the week, I suggested that we go to Palm Springs for the weekend.
I'm daring for a first date.
And she could not take the entire weekend off due to work. So Barbara suggested that we go to a clothing optional place out here in the valley.
You guys went to a nudist camp?
Yeah.
And she suggested it?
Yeah.
Barbara? A nudist camp on the first date?
Do I know how to pick them?
Well, how did you react to this?
I made reservations at a hotel down at the beach. Assuming that if the day went well, the evening might as well.
He said.
I said.
Well, what happened?
We spent the day there in the sun, in the pool, in the jacuzzi, it was fantastic, absolutely fantastic. We went down to the hotel.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
The hotel, right. I thought you would. Yeah.
No.
Incidental thing. And spent about 2 hours in the room, and then went out to the jacuzzi.
Probably watched a baseball game or something, huh?
Well, close. We threw a lot of rose petals around.
Went to the jacuzzi.
And then went back to the room for a couple of hours.
Okay, Barbara, is this a little intimate for a first date, or do you think it is, or what?
Well, I would have to admit that it turned out to be, but it didn't have to be that way. Actually, Richard's first suggestion was to take the Amtrak to the Grand Canyon. He failed to mention that that was his first presentation as an idea for a date. At least this clothing optional environment. I had been there before, and I knew what the environment was. I felt very safe. I felt within 30 miles of home, very easy for me to get home if it didn't work out for me. And I do have a black belt in judo.
A black belt in judo? How did Richard react to being nude with a stranger?
Actually, I wasn't the stranger. He was the stranger.
Oh. Well, then how did you react
fine.
being nude with a stranger?
We were fine. I, as I said, had been there before, and he didn't seem to be very uncomfortable with it. When we agreed to do it, he said he felt like he would be comfortable in that environment.
When did you know that the two of you had hit it off?
Oh, very fast during the afternoon. I think that it was clear to both of us that we really enjoyed one another and were physically attracted to one another.
That's great. Let's see who the audience voted for here. I'm kind of anxious to see. Oh my goodness, 40% for Marilyn. Huh. Now, Richard, we picked up the tab for the first date. If you want to take the audience's suggestion, go out with Marilyn. We'll be happy to pick up the tab for that date. What do you think?
Well, I guess if you're running with a winner, that you shouldn't necessarily change. She's a lovely lady.
To me. You want to have Barbara come out?
Absolutely.
Barbara, come on out. Would you like to come sit down just for a second here? You know, normally, I got to tell you, I always ask our couples what they'd like to do on their next date or what they probably would do, but I'm scared to death to ask you. I know you'll tell me. So I'm not going to ask. All I want to say is we have a nice gift for both of you. Please let us know part of what's going on in your lives. We'll be right back with another couple in just a minute. Stay with us. Okay, we're back. This time we're going to meet another man who chose a date from our video library. He's from Cleveland, Ohio. He has 2 teenage children, and he says women are too uptight. Please welcome David Burney. Hey, David.
Hi, Chuck. How are you?
I'm good. Now, David, remember, there's a lot of ladies watching this show. What do you like in a lady? What do you look for?
Height, nice physique, and a good mind.
Okay. Now, you also said something on your questionnaire that you thought marriage was too hard a work or something. Is that what it was?
No, I said marriage is hard work. It is. It's like a full-time job. Most people don't look at it that way. That's why we have so many divorces.
Think you'll get married again? Want to go back to work?
No, I'm not ready yet.
Not ready to go back to work yet? Okay. No. We're going to show you a portion of the tapes that David saw. Now, watch very closely because you're going to get to vote again. Now, first, there was Valerie. Valerie teaches algebra. She says that she's very organized, but here's what happened to her on a date once.
I noticed that people were just looking, and I felt like, what's wrong? I couldn't see what they were looking for. It's about time to get up, and I looked at my feet, and there I looked. I had 1 brown shoe and 1 white shoe on my foot. I laughed so hard that I almost cried.
Next, there was Livonia. Now, she's also a teacher, and she has 2 teenagers just like David. Here's how she handles a boring date.
I just go to sleep. I can't handle it, and I can't fake it, so I just go to sleep, and it's embarrassing. I try to play it off and act like I wasn't asleep, but they just kind of look around and say, you okay? I'm fine, just fine, and then usually, things are just about over, and we go home or whatever.
Finally, you watch Linda. Now, Linda's from Minneapolis. She likes motorcycles, movies, but she has a problem meeting the right man.
Either I find them and they're already married, or I find them and they're getting married. And I'm too late. I'm not a person that breaks up marriages, so it's been my biggest problem. All the good ones are married.
Okay, now, before we find out who David chose, let's see all three of these ladies once again, okay? First, there's Valerie. Now, she's a teacher, and she's 42. Then Livonia, and she's also a teacher. She's 38. Finally, there was Linda. She's 38, and she's in computer sales. Okay, audience, it's time to vote again. Who do you think's the best lady out there for David? Here in the studio and at home, too. Make your choice right now, okay? We're going to get the results of the audience vote in just a little bit, but right now, let's find out who David selected, okay? David, who'd you pick?
Linda.
Linda. Okay. Now, as always, we hear both sides of the story. Linda's backstage. Let's say hello to Linda Ransom. Hi, Linda. How are you?
Hi, thank you.
That's great. Linda, what was your first impression of David?
I thought he was very nice looking and very well dressed.
Good. Okay. David, tell us what happened on your date.
Well, I got there and she was late.
She was?
Yeah. And then I was sitting there waiting for her, and her girlfriend was sitting there scrutinizing me. Mm. And her girlfriend's father was in the room also. They were watching a baseball game, and he had a spittoon.
Real live brass spittoon?
Yeah, right. He kept, pew, you know, right now. Spittoon.
And, how late did she show up? Right away?
It took her about half an hour to get ready. Mm-hmm. They were trying to jockey me out of position, you know, so she could sort of run across a doorway there. She wasn't dressed and stuff.
Oh, I see.
But it didn't work.
You saw her in
Yeah, I sat there.
You know, she streaked by.
Yeah, right. You know.
Yeah. What else?
Went out, bought tickets for a movie, and then we went and had dinner. Mm-hmm. And the whole time during dinner, she was talking. Mm-hmm. And she was nervous. I understand it. She talked and talked and talked. Mm-hmm. And I don't like to talk while I'm eating. It's bad for your digestion. You know? So I guess she said, "This guy is nuts." I just sat up there eating. You know?
What about talking during dinner? Did you talk a lot?
We talked about quite a few things. I thought he was interested.
Okay. Were you?
Well, I sort of was interested, and then she told me that she knew jiu-jitsu and that anybody that messed with her, she put their eyes out with her thumb.
What happened next?
Well, we
got through the jiu-jitsu lesson?
Yeah, we went to a movie, and I took her home.
And
that was it.
That was the end of the date?
That was the end of the date.
Any chance for romance during the evening at all, Linda?
No, none.
Was it obvious that David was kind of trying to end the evening, you think?
It wasn't until he took me home.
Yeah, that kind of tells you right away, huh?
Yeah, it does.
Were you disappointed?
No, not exactly.
Not really? Okay. Well, let's see how our audience did. I mean, you know, maybe they have an insight that we don't know about. Let's take a look and see. Obviously, our audience has no insight. They picked Linda with 54%, as a matter of fact. Is there any way that I can talk you into going out with Linda again?
No, I think I'll pass, Chuck.
Well, Linda, I'm sorry things didn't work out, honey. We do have a nice gift for you. Thank you for being on our show and telling us about your date.
Thank you, Chuck.
We appreciate it. Maybe we'll see you again.
I hope so.
I hope so, too. David, thanks for being on Love Connections. We have a nice gift for you. And we're going to come right back with another couple in just a moment. David.
We've been here from the jump. What makes me feel unstoppable? Forward motion.
I don't like ceilings, I don't like walls.
Keep pushing it forward, and I'll just let them keep up.
That ponytail is a sign Caitlin didn't have time for the hairdryer this morning. A sign she needs a Diet Coke break. That's it, Caitlin. Lift your hair down. Or up. Yeah, up's good too.
It's not just a burrito.
It's handheld.
Foil wrapped.
Really fresh.
Real ingredients.
From the farm. Fresh every day.
Responsibly raised. Without that bad stuff.
It's magic happening.
Best of the best, baby. 100% yum.
Literally massive deliciousness.
All for like $10.
Funny how altitude and perspective
are often gained simultaneously. Meat, organs, and bone are packed into every bowl. Origin, whole prey nutrition.
Get in the game with Leap Move, the ultimate active learning system from Leapfrog, where you are the controller. Master school skills, including letters, word building, and more.
Burning, burning, dry, dry. Breathe a sigh of relief. With Refresh Tears PF. And get soothing dry eye relief anytime, anywhere.
Schlage locks are built to withstand some of the harshest weather conditions. Even the ones inside your house.
Stay tuned for more of Love Connection.
Our next guest was here before. Now, she's back again to tell us about her second date on Love Connection, as she was raised in Las Vegas. She loves dancing and roller skating. Please welcome Charlene Dockery. Hi, Charlene.
Hi there.
Welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
Now, before you tell us about your second date, let's talk a little bit about your first date. Now, I remember your date got all dressed up in medieval costumes, and you went to a Renaissance fair.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, tell us a little bit about what happened on that date.
Oh, well, it was over. We got the day mixed up, or I didn't. It was over, and he was dressed like an elf, a green elf with little things, and I was in this big balloon dress. It's really hard to talk seriously to someone who's dressed like an elf. And
you had some other problems, too, didn't you? I mean,
well, on the date itself, besides, oh, and I gave my number to some other guy because that's all I was doing, was staring at my chest. I don't know. It's like you know where they're staring. Really? His eyes were focused straight on my chest. I said, please look at my face. I have a face. Thank you. But it didn't work. So he stared at my chest. I passed my number out to some other guy. What else? Oh, yeah. So then I decided it's time to get this butt home.
that was the date with the man you chose, right? But now, our audience that day thought that you should have had a different man, right?
Right.
They actually voted for a male exotic dancer named Joe Sarubi.
That's right.
You agreed to take the audience's advice, and you went out with Joe. What did you think of him in person?
Well, I'd seen his video, so I knew he was good looking. And so I called him and got the jealous girlfriend on the phone. Who is this? And so she didn't like me from the start. He had a girlfriend. And then I met him at the bar. I was late as usual.
Okay, hold on just a second. Joe's backstage. We really should hear from him, okay? So let's welcome Joe Sarubi. Okay? Hi, Joe.
How you doing?
Good. What do you think of Charlene?
Oh, I think she's a beautiful woman.
That's great. Okay. Charlene, how'd this date go?
Well, what happened was, oh boy. Okay, so I get to the bar and I saw Joe and I, like I said, knew he was good looking and that. But since I thought I was a male exotic, I expected it to be like in a loin or something, like sitting at the bar and going doing the same dance as he was. That was okay. But, so I knew he was going to be ordering expensive drinks. I just said, he's the type of guy that's going to order expensive drinks, and I don't have the money. I spent it. I'd already spent the money that I was supposed to use on the show. So...
Did he order expensive drinks?
Yes, I knew it. $3 a crack. And he already had food before I got here. I thought, okay, fine.
Oh, my gosh, 3, 6, 9, wow.
So we sit down, and I think he's going to order scampi. So I'm like, he's $14.95.
Did he order scampi?
Well, he was about to. I said, let's go to an Italian restaurant. It's cheaper. No, I didn't say that. I said, let's go to an Italian restaurant. I love Italian food. Even though I really was dying for fettuccine. And, because we're both Italian. And, so we went, and there was a half-hour wait, and I wasn't into standing up and small talking. So we drove, and he said, let's get a couple bottles of champagne. So by now I'm thinking, okay, what does he have in mind, all right? Where are we going to drink the champagne? So I get the champagne, and I tell him, I like cheap champagne, real cheap.
I don't have any money, of course. Joseph, you got anything to add to this, Joe?
Well, I was a little unimpressed when she went for the cheaper champagne.
What did you really want her to go for, the real expensive spread?
Well, I figured since she was taking me out, I was expecting a little more than that.
Okay. All right.
By now, I'm thinking that, okay, what are we going to do? I mean, you know, we're going to sit. I thought I was in high school. And any second, I thought he was going to do the hand on the knee routine. And
I'm a total gentleman. Even though...
Actually, he was.
Was he?
Yeah, he was. So by the time this time, I'm thinking, he's going to be a gentleman? Well, I'm going to cut the date out, okay? What's the use? No.
Come on, Charlene. What happened then?
Oh, so we drank, and Joseph drank both bottles of champagne. Didn't you, Joseph?
Yeah, I did.
By the time this time, I'm getting scared. This man's becoming a wild animal in my car. He's getting a little too tipsy. No, this kind of thing. And, so he was really tipsy. I was straight. He wasn't putting any moves, so I drove him to his friend's house and said goodnight.
I had to get back to the poker game.
Yeah.
Joe Ruby strikes again. Okay.
Charlene, would you like to go out again sometime?
Sure.
Hey, Joe, come on out here. You guys deserve each other. Come on.
I had to play a little.
Well, I tell you what, maybe you guys can get this thing worked out yet. Who knows?
As long as he maybe does this kind of business.
She wants me to get a little more fresh on the next one, I think.
Maybe just a tad.
Well, while Joe and Charlene drift off into the sunset, that's our show for today. We're going to be back next time with more singles trying to make a love connection.
Some guests on Love Connection will receive one of the following: new Blade Spin Fresh Air Freshener, continuous bathroom freshness, plus an automatic burst. Or genuine Z-Brick brand facing brick. Add richness and character to your walls with easy-to-apply Z-Brick wall facings. Beautify your home with genuine Z-Brick. This is Rod Roddy speaking for Love Connection.